Hello, happy evening before Halloween. This is Paul of the NWO is Bunk channel, and I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to everyone about some scary stuff regarding Alex Jones and some of his rhetoric lately. I just wanted to point out some observations that I've been thinking about myself. Alex is potentially setting himself up to look very inept, very foolish, and possibly very dumb. And the reason I say this is because he's putting a lot of eggs in the baskets of the H1N1 flu pandemic, as well as the presidency of Barack Obama. He's ascribing a tremendous amount of eschatological significance to the flu pandemic and the presidency of Barack Obama. He's saying, it's very dark right now. The times that we're living in are very dark. The situation is very dire. It is 2 minutes to midnight, if not 1 minute and a half to midnight. He's particularly subscribing a lot of significance to the presidency of Barack Obama. I mean, I think that's obvious from his previous documentary film that he just made before this current one, Fall of the Republic, Obama Deception. But in Fall of the Republic, there's a really interesting phrase about Obama that gets used, and Obama is called the closer for the New World Order. Obama is essentially the pretty face for the New World Order. He's the person that's going to seduce the American people into collaborating with fascism, accepting fascism, accepting a RFID tag injected in their body somewhere. Closer for the New World Order. This is an end game scenario. Our king is in check. Rockefeller, Soros, all the globalists have our king in check. And Obama is the piece that they're going to use to put us into checkmate. He's basically saying, he seems to be saying that, this is endgame. Obama is possibly going to be the president that's going to end the United States of America. Now, if the United States should survive the presidency of Barack Obama, which I strongly suspect that it will, if we're not living under a Luciferian, one-world, totalitarian depopulation government after the presidency of Barack Obama, what then? What then? After Obama gets on the helicopter on Marine One and leaves Washington, D.C. and goes back to Chicago, and we're not living in this Malthusian New World Order, what then? I mean, I don't think I'm crazy when I say Alex is ascribing a tremendous amount of significance to the presidency of Barack Obama. And if what he's saying doesn't pan out, what does that mean for the true believers? I mean, my guess is the true believers are probably just going to ignore it. And I'm probably going to take a lot of abuse for this video. It goes with the territory. But I think you're just going to ignore it. And, Jones will make a scary documentary about the next U.S. president. And about how maybe, he's the piece, the chess piece that Rockefeller and Soros and, Ban Ki-moon and all these people are going to use to put us in check and ultimately checkmate. And also, all this rhetoric about the H1N1 flu pandemic, he's spending quite a bit of time talking about this. And he's ascribing a tremendous amount of significance to it. And the hysteria about H1N1 particularly the vaccine, has been spreading like wildfire to the point where, a lot of people are kind of marrying it with Christian end times prophecies about the mark of the beast. But again, it's kind of the same thing with Obama. When no one gets herded into a FEMA camp because they didn't take the H1N1 vaccine, when millions of people don't die as a result of having taken the vaccine, Jones, you go back and look at Jones's rhetoric from this time, and he's crying wolf. And that's my prediction. I'm going to go on record with that. My prediction is the United States and all sovereign nations are going to stay sovereign. At the end of the presidency of Barack Obama, there will not be a one world government. There will still be borders. Mexicans will still sneak in here and work at McDonald's. It'll still happen. The situation will look a lot like it is now. It's not going to come to pass. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I may eat my words in a FEMA camp. I think that human ingenuity is ultimately going to defeat the swine flu pandemic. The swine flu pandemic will just be another chapter in human history. And it'll be contained one day. But it will not be the instrument for tyranny. So my prediction, nobody gets herded into a FEMA camp because of refusal to take the H1N1 vaccine. And there aren't massive amounts of death that takes place as a result of taking the vaccine. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, that's really all I had to say. All right, peace, and let's be free of all anxiety and senseless fear.